Fox, why are you wearing the same thing you wore last episode? I'm filming this 2 seconds after. It's called not procrastinating. I'm trying something new. Welcome back to the second episode of Making of a Movie. If you haven't seen the first episode, you can click here to watch it. We're going to be talking about the most important part of your film, which is characters. Pay attention because this is some real important shiz up in here. Your character needs to have flaws and things that people can relate to. I'm not saying qualities that every single person on the planet can relate to, because what the heck. Make heartfelt characters, make characters that you are passionate about, that you feel connected to, because people are supposed to follow these characters and watch their lives, and if they're not interesting, no one cares! Now, character development. Character development is so important. Your character needs to have a motivation, something that drives them to make every decision that they do make. And every character that your story focuses on needs to want something. It doesn't have to be apparent right at the start, and it doesn't have to be super obvious. It can be deep down, something that people can read into, but your character needs to have something that drives them and something that they want, or else your character is just going along. Avoid Mary Sue's and Gary Sue's. If you don't know what that is, it is a perfect character. This character is good at everything. Everyone loves this character. Any conflict that comes up, they can get past it in a second. They can be cool characters, you can like these characters, whatever, but they're just not that interesting, okay? Let's take an example of a Mary Sue character. Rey from Star Wars. Nothing bad happens to Rey ever. There's gonna be some Star Wars spoilers right here, and I love Star Wars, and I'm not saying that you should hate Star Wars because of Rey, and I'm not saying that you should hate Rey because of this. So Finn goes to save her, she beats up the guys. She gets on the Millennium Falcon, is the perfect pilot. Harrison Ford instantly falls in love with her. She's great. Who's better than Rey? No one. She learns the Force in a whole of 2 tries. Finn gets beat, she instantly pulls the lightsaber towards her, beats up Kylo Ren, who has had so much Jedi training, was able to take down the entire training force that Luke has built, and then Rey just defeats him. And then Kylo Ren is saved as the Earth splits in half. Rey is perfect. There's nothing wrong with Rey, ever. And then a character that is badass, freaking cool, one of my favorite characters ever, and is not perfect, is Arya Stark. Arya Stark is a brilliantly done character. She is a complete badass, but she's also really flawed. And that's something that's really apparent through the whole time, is she's extremely naive, she's impulsive. Game of Thrones spoilers, but come on, it's been out for like 5 years now, so chill. Take, for example, she has a scene with the Hound when she comes across all these guys in a camp, and she's like, oh, I'll pay you my silver if I can sit by your fire, drops the coin, oops, stabs the guy in the back of the neck. If the Hound hadn't been there, she would have gotten killed by all of these guys sitting around a fire. That is an impulsive decision. Come on, Arya, what the heck, man? And still, in season 5, she's still making these decisions. She's so motivated by vengeance that she jeopardizes her training. She steals a face from the Faceless Men, she kills Maren Trant, and then she gets blinded for it. But Arya is still developing, and she's getting smarter throughout the episodes. When you watch her from episode 1 to the 5th season, she learns so much from her experiences. And that is another thing that I'm going to jump into, is that your character develops over time. Your character doesn't develop all at once. Every event that happens in your story impacts your character either in a positive way or a negative way. Every event that happens in your story is going to influence how your characters start from point A to B. Jimmy is really happy. Jimmy's parents die. Jimmy is sad. Jimmy was impacted in some way by the events in your story. Your character also needs something to hold them back, something that stops them from reaching what they want, something in the way of their motivation, what they're motivated by. I would suggest putting your characters through hell to get what they need, because the more your characters struggle, the more your audience is going to feel with them. The most important thing that you want is your audience to feel everything that your characters are feeling, and that's how you know you have a really strong character, is when your audience is feeling with them. Diversity is also something that's really important in your show. Your characters need to be different. Think of Peter Pan, for example. Each of the Lost Boys, they're all boys. and they're all lost, and they all wear animal costumes. Each of them is extremely different in their personality, and it's more interesting to watch your characters interact because they're all extremely different. Now, my character pages are usually 10 pages of just questions and things that I need to know personally about my character. How they move, how they talk, just everything about them. Stay in character, especially when you're writing, and I'll go more in depth in this in the next episode. When you write a script, your character is completely different from what it comes out as on the screen, because you write a script, you write your character, this is what your character is, and then you film it, and there's more dimension to it when you film it, and then the actors record for this character, and the characters add a new depth to it, and then there's so many layers that just goes into a character that by the time it goes out into film, it's completely different. So, bullet points. Development is so important. They need to have a motivation. You need to make your characters struggle. Your characters need to be relatable and personable. Your characters need to be different. They need to be set apart from other characters and other people in your cast. And all the events in their story impact your character and how they're developed. Characters are so important. Characters are super, super fun. Make your characters personal to you. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more content. Next episode, we're going to be talking about script writing, so get ready for that. I love you all, my lovely Vixxens. Shine on!